In today's video, we're going to be jetting off from Hong Kong, bound for the bright lights of Singapore. We're going to be doing it all aboard Singapore Airlines, and as part of today's review, I'm going to give you an insight into life on board, including the seats, all of the yummy food, the entertainment, and so much more. So without further ado, you'll join me in Hong Kong, and we'll get underway. Alrighty, so that's the transit experience done here in Hong Kong. It took around 3 minutes in total. I've never experienced anything anywhere near as efficient. It really was a truly fantastic experience. Got around 2 or so hours until the boarding time, so I'm going to give you a little tour of what is a fantastic terminal just here, and then I'll be boarding en route to Singapore. We've done Hong Kong International Airport an awful lot in recent months together on the channel. This, however, was one of my first opportunities to really explore it. There was an awful lot going on, some fantastic views as ever out towards the apron and beyond the airport. There was also a good range of restaurants and even signs to a sky garden. This was something that I was particularly keen to check out. Now this is one of those occasions where I checked out the Sky Garden so you didn't have to. It seemed to be a little bit of a smoker's garden in the end. There's a quick last minute dash of shopping, some familiar brand names on show, and it wasn't long before our aircraft was at the gate and ready to take us to beautiful Singapore. Alrighty, so that's us arrived here to the gate. Now it's quite an interesting moment for the channel. Going back 3.5 years or so, it was my very first review, and that was aboard Singapore Airlines. I've barely done them since, so it would be really nice to jump on board and see how they're doing. They're undoubtedly one of the world's best carriers, arguably the very best carrier. So looking forward to jumping on, seeing how they're doing here in the back end of 2025 and seeing whether they truly are now the world's best carrier. Alrighty, here we are then, back aboard with Singapore Airlines. I'll start by saying that as ever, it was such a warm welcome from the crew. They do such a fantastic job. In terms of the seats themselves, they were comfortable, but not super roomy. The configuration was 333 across, and I actually flew on a Boeing 777 with them a little bit later into the trip with just the same configuration, albeit a wider aircraft. Those seats looked an awful lot more roomy than these ones. Beyond the legroom, however, the seats had a nice amount of recline and also a multi-adjustable headrest. If legroom is a real worry for you, I would look to bag one of the bulkhead rows here. A little bit of footage from the end of the flight. Here, the legroom was absolutely palatial. Beyond the seat space, the seats themselves were modern in terms of their design, had a couple of cool little features, and also a pretty large touchscreen entertainment system. No direct controls for that entertainment system, no need with that touchscreen capability. In no time at all, the safety video was rolling, and as were we back from the gate in Hong Kong. The weather was still set absolutely beautiful, so I was very much looking forward to what is going to be a really sunny departure as we push on out, and then we'll check out life in the skies on all things food and entertainment fronts. Having visited Hong Kong from the current dreary and incredibly cold UK winter, it was hard to leave it behind. That 26 degrees and sunny looked ever so good. Alas, it's now time to flow on to all things entertainment, and we'll check out KrisWorld with Singapore Airlines. In terms of the earphones, you'll pick those up outside of the aircraft as you board, so be on the lookout for those travelling in the economy cabin. These replace the outgoing plasticky style headset. Are they an awful lot better? No, I don't think so. Are they any worse? No, I don't think so either. In terms of the entertainment system itself, there was a ton of different choices. You could even check out the onboard menu directly from here as well. Tons of different films, TV shows, and they even had live TV on board as well. One final aspect to mention was that the Wi-Fi was also free of charge throughout the duration of the flight on an unlimited basis. That very much sweetened the deal on the entertainment front. I was also then surprised to see a warm towel coming around. I haven't seen this in economy in an awfully long time either. Courtesy of the entertainment system, I then checked in to see exactly what delicacies would be coming by today for lunch. The menu looked good, expectations were high. This is Singapore Airlines after all, and this was the food tray as it came around. Good amount of various different choices, so let's jump on in and see exactly what it contains. I was going to kick off today with the salmon on board. I then opted for the 5-spiced deep fried pork, so we'll try both dishes and see exactly how they go down. I was really surprised to see salmon on the menu in economy. Was certainly not treated to this level of delight over in Europe, and it got everything off to quite a high-end start, I must say. Next up then was the wine. This is an area where I'm an awful lot more skeptical. Wine in economy is so often pretty vinegar-esque, but actually this was pretty good as well. From the metal cutlery to using premium brands on the dessert front, this was a class act from Singapore Airlines. This has to be right up there with some of the best economy dining I've ever had, so 10 out of 10 to them on this front. I have to say, whenever I fly a carrier like Singapore Airlines, my expectations are somewhat increased before I even board, and that's perhaps a little bit unfair to carriers like this, but to be honest, they deliver on each and every single occasion. Would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you are looking to fly economy long haul in the coming weeks ahead, you can check out my recent review of British Airways in the bottom left just now and see how much this dramatically contrasts to Singapore Airlines. Otherwise, at this point in time, all that's left for me to say is to thank you so much for watching today's video. Loads of content upcoming on the channel, so I'll see you in another one real soon.